Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 Legacy of Persia playthrough following Nizam of House Zunbil. And as we pick things back up, we are just departing from the great city of Baghdad and are returning home after a little stop here in Kufa to visit a holy temple and do a little bit more learning. Get maybe, see some books, see some parts of the world here in this very developed region and bring our learnings back home to our kind of backwater home of Zamindawar here. And once we do, we're going to have a lot of things that we want to take care of, but we're going to head on home first before we deal with that. So, travel. Mashriki women. I have seen the world and beheld its many wonders in my travels, but never have I beheld such beauties as the one I have seen in Kufa. Truly, Mashriki women are a cut above all the rest. One particularly fascinating specimen has taken my eye of late, a peasant woman by the name of Zara. A pretty little sweetness, she is far too pleasing to my eye to spend her days slaving away in Kufa. Peasant girl, well, she's well learned, but gluttonous, cynical, lustful? We must marry at once. Alas, I cannot give my love so freely. Our character isn't lustful. So, I don't know if we're that interested in having necessarily like a lover. We are just, so I don't, and not only just, but just and ambitious. So I don't know if marrying a peasant woman would necessarily, be that advantageous. We are young. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this character is the type who's gonna like woo some random peasant woman. I don't think he's that type. He's melancholic and just, I don't know. He seems like he would pine from afar rather than like go and just like grab himself a lover of some peasant woman and just bring her back to his court. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense for this character. So we're gonna say, alas, I cannot give my love so freely. Indeed, we cannot. But we shall return home. I mean, how much, we only got 600 learning experience. We still got a little bit left, but hey, every little bit helps. Oh, bestowed royal favor again. That's nice. Traveling, the Metalman. Truly a stroll through Numania is a gift from Allah. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by the furious grunts and clattering of armor. Hark, get me out of this metal prison. This is the weirdest event. My squire took offense at my manner, even going so far as to call me heartless, and has abandoned me. Whatever this strange man did could not have been enough to justify being stuck forever in his armor. I could, of course, have someone help him, but is it truly worth it? Consider the armor gone for a price. Offer him loyal squires for his fealty. He joins our court. Is he worth it, though? He is not very good. Leave him to his fate. I don't think we would do that. I don't know if we would bring him into our court. He doesn't necessarily seem, known as the Heartless, but I don't think we would just let him go. So you know what? We're gonna go and choose. We're gonna help him out of his armor. We get that weak hook, which won't be helpful, but we get a little bit of money. He pays us for our services. An imposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Timur of Tib. I have bested dozens of men in combat, and honestly, all those fights were dull. So here I am on this road looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If you best me in combat, I will become a valuable and loyal servant. This guy's okay. If you can, and so on this day, I demand to meet one of you in a fair fight. I have no interest in either you or a fair fight. Obviously, we're not going to choose that. You might be less valuable after I win. Zahir will show you how it's done. Zahir is he's our like former teacher. I don't think we're going to put like an old man, like our former school teacher, and say, fight this guy. I think we're going to have to do it ourselves. Let's give it a try. He wins the fight, of course. But, we're not a fighter, clearly. But I think we had to try. So, yeah, maybe we need to learn a little bit more about combat at some point. We understand war okay, our martial's okay, but yeah, we are not a skilled fighter at all. Local hero. As we traverse the scrublands, trudging through the dirt, we encounter a modest, wayward shrine. Naively carved, it sports a shahada at its head, and below the weathered words, "Here lies Saint Nazila of Isfahan, blessed daughter of Jarku." Saint Nazila of Isfahan. It seems the local spiritual figure is being patronized in these parts, one not sanctioned by the Ash'ari clergy. Cast down this heterodoxy. No. Saint Nazilla, there's a nicer ring to it. We gain patronize local saint. That's not so bad. Increase the cultural acceptance. We had better be going. I think we could patronize the local saints, indeed. Stop offering. Give me a position other than Spymaster, please. We are not meant to be the Spymaster, and we have no interest in being the Spymaster. That is not the type of politics we wish. Give us the... We have 36 diplomacy, my liege. Give us the chancellor position. 7 intrigue, 36 diplomacy, or even the stewardship position. We would make a better steward than this guy. We would make a better chancellor than this guy. We would make a better marshal than this guy. The only thing that we're bad at is Spymaster, and that's the one that he wants to make us? Like, this makes no sense. We have a daughter, Naznaz. Very well. Oh, and look at that. She got the genius trait. Very good. Brilliance runs in our blood. Indeed it does. Almost home, which is nice. Then we can start doing some of our other plans. Oh, our counselor Zahak died in his sleep. Our court chaplain. Let's get Amin is quite good at that, but no, we're gonna get Naib. We're gonna get him in there because, you know, we need to give our vassals some manner of influence, I suppose, just to appease them. That's part of the politics. You gotta play it. Danger, not a drop. Our journey to Zamindawar has unfortunately brought us directly through the wastelands of Farah. We were not prepared to undertake this long stretch without a single source of water, and many of my companions have begun to look as awful as dried turnips. I need to do something fast. An inspiring speech might quell their thirst for now. Amon seems less parched than the rest of us. Do we interrogate Amon, or do we give an inspiring speech? I think we gotta do the diplomacy challenge. I don't know. Was Amon stealing water? Maybe, but you know, he's an old man. I don't think we're going to question. I think we're going to cover for him maybe a little bit and use our diplomacy. So we give a rousing speech and we press on through Farah, returning to our lands. We maybe stop and visit our cousin briefly there, and then we are going to be home once more. At long last, I'm finally home. We have traveled for 635 days and traversed 61 baronies. So this includes the time we spent at university. So, you know, it was probably, 150 days of travel. And then we probably spent a good, year, maybe a year and a half in Baghdad, just learning from the university. So yeah, that's pretty all right, actually. There we go. Regency ended. So now it's time to do some things. So we have to consider what our next move is. And the number one thing is that we need to get ourselves a duchy title because we are currently just count level. So we need to get a duchy title because that's going to be a huge boost to our power and to our prestige. In order to do that, we're going to need to press our claims. We could press a claim on Bost, but that won't be useful, and nor do I really want to act against my own dynasty in that way. So the best option is to press our claims against the Kabulistan Shah Mensur of House Shahi. This is our best option and really our only main option for expansion. So we're going to have to consider that he does have a few allies and about 1,000 troops. So as we stand now, if we were to press our claims, and we're obviously going to go for Zabulistan here, if we were to press our claims, he would have a slight advantage over us. So we're also going to need to build up our prestige as well because we lost a little bit there. So we're going to need to get some alliances. I was taking a look earlier. I think one of our best options for alliances is going to be the brother of the Tahirid ruler of Khorasan here. He has a powerful brother here, Amir Ahmad Muhammadzi of House Tahirid. He is quite good. We can actually get a marriage and an alliance with him by marrying our sister, our oldest sister, Argavan here, to him himself. He's a young guy, impatient, arrogant, cynical. Not really like the greatest guy, but he is somebody with a relative, quite a bit of power. This gives us a fair amount of prestige. And even though she's going to be his third wife, I think that considering that we are just like the count of a, backwater, mountain home, I think that that's pretty good considering how powerful this guy is. Like, look at him. He's got a lot of lands here, this guy. Not only that, but he is the brother of the Amir here as well, or what is his brother's title? Amire Amiran. Yeah, so this guy's pretty powerful. Getting this alliance would be quite good, and so that's what we're going to aim for here. I would also potentially like to gain a friendship with him. He already likes us quite a bit, but we should learn his language. So we're going to learn the Iranian language here, which is useful. Many of our fellow vassals also speak Iranian, so we're going to learn his language first, and then we're probably going to try to befriend him after as well, once that scheme is done. So we're going to marry our sister to him. We're going to learn his language, and then we're going to befriend him and, use that alliance as much as we can here. So, yeah, we just got to let our prestige build up a little bit here, and then we should be good. We could potentially get some other wives as well. Now, I know some of you want us to marry our childhood sweetheart, Mabest here. And, I mean, it might not be a bad idea. Lustful and sadistic. That's an interesting combination there. I mean, I feel like the marriage bedchambers here would be quite an interesting thing if we were to do this. Does this make sense? I mean, this is the daughter of one of our vassals, so she is a noble lady. Marrying the daughter of one of your vassals, that's not a terrible idea, honestly. Cementing that vassal. This could be something that would be useful to us. I mean, she does show up, I believe, somewhere in the list of so she shows up here in the list of relevant young women to marry. She doesn't have any good perk traits or anything, but yeah, I mean, the rest of it, we don't really have any good options with traits. So, this wouldn't really be that helpful for us. And would we care about the childhood crush? Maybe we do. And making the alliance with our vassal here could make sense. So, I think we are going to marry our childhood sweetheart in order to cement the loyalty of our vassal. And, we have this affection for her. And, things are going to get a little spicy back home. But, yeah, I mean, perhaps our naive young man here is going to learn a thing or two. I guess we'll see. Not going to do a grand wedding, but yeah, we should be fine anyways, passing on the trait here, because we do have blood here, noble vein, so our chance of inheriting the good traits is gone up, so we should be okay for that. So yeah, I mean, and plus we might still get another child out of our wife here. So both of our wives are lustful, so yeah, I mean, things are, we don't have to worry about that at all. That's for sure. What can we do here? Activity grand tournament. Well, obviously. Oh wow, we got a lot of money. I'd like to save up that money if we can. Oh, additional taxes, 150. See, This is why we put Zahir in charge of our stewardship. 150 gold he just made us. That is excellent, excellent news. This is going to be very useful. We could probably do a hunt. Stabilization is transitioning into unrest. Good, good. We want unrest. Unrest is helpful for us. We could try to do a hunt. We could gain some prestige from it. Prestige is going to be good. We might get the hunter trait. Or we do a feast, maybe. I wonder. Do we seem like a hunting sort? Just, diligent, ambitious. I feel like a hunt is a good chance. I would say like a feast maybe makes a little bit more sense. But, there is something to be said for a hunt being a good chance to, do diplomacy and stuff. So is a feast, but I think there's something to be said for a hunt as well. And, I'd just like to do a hunt because it's a little bit cheaper here, but we can employ a master of hunt as well if we can. Let's see if we can get a good hunter here. Where is our master of hunt? Oh yeah, we've got a couple good options here. Bazorg, you can be our master of hunt. Yeah, let's just see if there's any good hunting options around here. We're gonna do a falconry hunt. You know what? I feel like a falconry hunt makes a little bit more sense for our character. We're not necessarily like a go get him with your spear kind of guy. You know what? Being a diplomatic character, like falconry is a very dignified and noble endeavor. So I think the falconry version makes a lot more sense here. Let's see. We could do a hunt here in Bagnin or Duras. There's not really like any super amazing options, but we'll go up into the mountains and let's see if we can do any good hunting there. It's going to cost us 84. We don't need to. We definitely don't need to hire anybody. I'm not really too worried about the danger. And look at this. We got all these guests. Oh wow! Look, we're going to have some see. This is what I'm talking about. You can get a lot of diplomacy done by holding such a thing. So if we could do befriend even here. Try to make friends with somebody important like Amir Faraz here. That could be good. Do we want to make friends with, I don't know if we want to make friends with the, maybe we do. You know what? Maybe we do. We're going to want to break away from him at some point. But, oh, you know what? Even better. I'd like to make friends with our cousin here. Because if we get, even though he's not within our, the duchy that we're trying to make, I feel like we might still be able to vassalize him potentially. I don't know. Who knows? But we're going to try to befriend him anyways. So there we go. We're going to confirm that. Let's start the hunt. Yeah, there we go. Why not? Can't wait. Yeah, we're going to build up. We're going to get some prestige from that. That should give us enough to act against this guy here, and then we should be good. As we await the arrival of the guests, my servants can get started on the preparations. There we go. So hopefully we will find success. I mean, low chances of success right now, but you never know. Of course, Amon is here. Who knows what he's going to be getting up to during that, but we shall certainly see. But yeah, we've got some important guests that are coming here. So yeah, this could be great chance for doing some politics here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I am pretty curious if we're actually gonna have a successful hunt. It's been a while since I've hosted a hunt that's been successful, but also good opportunity to lower our stress as well. So Iranian intermezzo has transitioned to unrest. Okay. See what happens with the Abbasids here. They did survive all those rebellions relatively intact. So that's good for them. All right, now the hunt starts. Amon assembles the party as the sun rises over the slopes. What is Amon doing running this? You're not our master of hunt. But he has just put himself in that position, and he comes in and he pushes the master of hunt out of the way and he says, I know the mountains like nobody else. I've lived in them for 50 years. I shall be the one to lead this. He's 68 years old and he is still, you know what? He's still doing okay. So yeah, let's go and get out of here. I'd like to see my falcon take a hare, or we could go for the pheasant. Let's go for the medium chance one here. So hey, you know, 43% chance. Let's see if we can get any better options here. My falcon takes a perch keenly and spies across the landscape. In a flash, the bird descends upon something and turns to a frenzy once it has reached its prey. It pecks and claws at something on the ground, though I can't see what. I hurry over to the screeching falcon and find it hogging over a dead beast, but a small collection of, not a dead beast, but a small collection of coins and trinkets. The value doesn't seem to be too extravagant, and I'm sure I wouldn't be able to find the original owner even if I wanted to. What? 50 coins? That's not extravagant? That's a ton of money here. Like pays for almost more than half of this entire hunt. So that's pretty impressive actually. Waiting for a word from the scent hounds, the party rests in a shaded copse. Farouz stands not far off. This is my chance to impress him. Bali Farouz, how are you? It's not often we get a chance to talk, cousin. I open informally. He seems surprised, but not hostile to my conversation. There's nothing better than a good hunt. We could appeal to his active side. He's already a hunter. I do pity the poor animals. He's not compassionate. I would rather do something useful. His diligent side, a well-managed forest stewarding side. No, I think we appeal to his active side here. Try to, anyways. Oh, they don't seem to have much of an impact. Standing alone after we feel a little foolish. There. So unfortunately, we didn't befriend him. So maybe we're just gonna focus on recreation for now. Get our stress down. We made the attempt, but our cousin does not seem amenable to our attempts to woo him over to our cause. My Marshal Amin signals to the party to hush. We have arrived at the release spot. There we go. Let's go. Fly true, little one, I say. Will we have a successful hunt? I sure hope so. As Court Imam Murad and I pad on foot over some troublesome ground, what is that? Oh, okay. You're not looking too good there, buddy. I turn to see my court imam sprawled on the ground, a snare tightly choking his calf. He howls in pain. Are these damn commoners? Well, why can't they hunt like real men? I must press on or we'll lose the pheasant. Amon, where is Amon? Okay, I guess we're gonna have to call Amon in to deal with this. Amon dresses the wound, but the hunt success chance decreases. Only slightly, though. Amon botches the dressing. He had 100% chance. All right. Good job. Good job, Amon, there. How much excited as my falcon identifies a target and takes... Oh, did we actually get it? I think we actually did. Wow. The pheasants are none the wiser as my falcon scans the ground from high above. It swoops like a bolt of lightning. The quarry scrambles for cover, but is already too late. Wow. Finally a successful hunt. That is a rare occasion. Stop making me the spy master. I don't want to be your spy master. This is ridiculous. Why is he only offering us that position? Give us literally any other position. I would be happy to take it, but our character just doesn't want to be the spy master. We have no interest in such clandestine work. Our party seems to be beset by every misery that Shaitan could conjure, and I'm almost relieved to leave the mountains behind me. It's a shame to head back so soon. I could do this all day. The birds do need their rest, though. Naib Sadi gathers the rest, together the brace of birds felled by our falcons, a bounty of game, and a measure of the good training of our birds. My falcon happily eats morsels of meat, rewards for its good behavior. We'll keep a feather. We could get this pheasant feather, which is not so bad. Or we could give it to... No, I think we're going to keep the feather here. So we lose some stress. We gain the hunter trait, which is not terrible. And there we go. We finished the hunt. Snake in court. I recognize the anxious look on my servant's face. She is here to bring me bad news. My lord, you must come quickly. Count Court Imam Erdahan of Leylan was seen leaving the chambers of your wife Valia Mabest Oh dear. So, that lustful trait getting herself in some trouble. This can only mean one thing. We expose her lover's secrets. So, the daughter of our court imam, who we went and did the honor of marrying her, she was our childhood crush. We thought that, we would do an honor by our vassal and by our childhood crush here. But it turns out she's been getting around with Court Imam Erdahan here. Well, obviously, we are going to divorce her. Can we imprison her as well? Imprison? We could. There's a chance she will leave our court. You know what? I mean, we are just. So we're going to try to imprison her. Oh, I see. Oh, there's an event that comes up here. Break it off or there will be consequences. My love, I beg of you, let this folly end. She could break it off or there will be consequences. I need time to think. I could consider divorcing her, giving her a taste of her own medicine. You know what? I think we're gonna choose this option. I mean, just this. I don't think we can really forgive this. I think so. We're gonna say time to think. We're gonna, try to imprison her here. But she has fled. She's fled to go be with her lover, no doubt. Well, obviously, we're going to divorce her here. She can go and be with her lover. Wow, I think that this is going to have some effect on our character's view of love. Certainly. I mean, you have a crush on a girl, later on, you go and have some, experiences in the university, you get yourself a wife, and then you come back home and you're going to marry your childhood crush because, she's the daughter of one of your important vassals. And then, immediately after you find out that she's been sleeping around and you know what, you try to go and bring her before you to kind of face some punishment and she flees. Wow. That is harsh. That is harsh news. And it was while we were on the hunt. She was doing that while we were gone on a hunt. Wow. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible news. But you know what? I mean, it's poor Nizam here. He was so naive. I guess that's what naivete will get you. Well, you know what? We're gonna have to keep that in mind in the future here. So, yeah, wow, my best. You go be with your lover. She fled far away because I mean, the punishment for such things, obviously, would not be good. But yeah, I guess that is what it is. Well, we do have a ton of prestige now, which is nice, and I think that it is time to use that prestige to accomplish some of our goals. So we are going to press our claims on the Mars Panate of Zabulistan here. We're going to declare war. Wow, that sound was louder than it usually is. Seems new. We are going to raise our armies. We are going to call in our allies. Probably just one. I think that's all we'll really need. Yeah, we'll save our prestige. We're not rolling in prestige, and we should get enough here. Call in our allies, bring up our troops. We're going to take the hereditary lands of Zabulistan, and then eventually Ghazna, Kabul, Bamiyan, and all of these lands here in the mountains of Afghanistan. But we are going to do so in the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.